2 bailiffs, gunman dead in shooting at Michigan courthouse. And NBSP, 2 court bailiffs were killed and a deputy sheriff shot Monday inside a southwestern Michigan courthouse when an inmate broke loose and got his hands on an officer's gun, officials said. Berrien County Sheriff Paul Bailey said the gunman, whose identity was not immediately available, was killed by responding police. End quote. Brave officers end quote, took down the shooter, he said. Bailey told reporters the inmate was being moved from a holding cell on the 3rd floor of the Berrien County Courthouse in St. Joseph when he end quote, started fighting end quote, with the deputy and bailiff and he disarmed an officer around 2:30 p.m. Local time. And NBSP, the armed inmate then ran into a hallway, where he shot a civilian in the arm before he was shot dead by responding officers. And NBSP, Bailey said the 2 bailiffs who were killed had worked at the courthouse for end quote, at least 10 years. End quote, we need prayers and the families need your prayers especially, end quote, he told reporters. And NBSP, the incident occurred just days after 5 Dallas police officers were killed by a sniper, and amid a wave of violence and threats against law enforcement officers around the country. Bailey said the deputy sheriff and civilian who were shot are in stable condition at Lakeland Hospital in St. Joseph, Michigan. A post on the Berrien County Sheriff's Facebook page said the officer was shot in left arm and finger. An official from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives told Fox News that agents from the agency's Detroit division are en route to the shooting scene at the courthouse. And NBSP, another law enforcement official told Fox News the Federal Bureau of Investigation's Detroit field office is monitoring the situation in Berrien County, and that FBI has offered its assistance to local officials but is not involved at this time. And NBSP, the courthouse is located about 50 miles west of Kalamazoo, where an Uber driver killed 6 people in a shooting spree earlier this year. Michigan government. Rick Snyder announced on Twitter that the Michigan State Police has secured the scene, and is beginning its investigation into the shooting. MSP has secured the scene at the Berrien County Courthouse and started its investigation into the shooting that occurred this afternoon. And Governor Rick Snyder, at one a tough nerd, July 11, 2016 and NBSP, Cinder called the shooting end quote, a terrible event end quote, in an afternoon press conference, and called for the public to end quote, rally together end quote, to support one another. And NBSP, end quote, this is a particularly tough time for law enforcement, end quote, he said. And NBSP, Republic. Fred Upton, R. Michigan, who is from St. Joseph, described Monday's shooting as a end quote, horrific situation. End quote, what occurred today in my hometown breaks my heart. My thoughts are with our entire community our friends and neighbors, end quote, he said in a statement. End quote, this tragic event reminds us all too well that our law enforcement officers have their lives on the line every day not knowing what that day will bring. We have lost two very able public servants and we all grieve for them and their families.